What's going on, guys? Welcome back to W.D.Y.D. CSP. What do you do as a central sterile processor? All right, guys. So I've said this before. One of the many skills that we as central service processors should have is the ability to identify several instruments by name, by function, and whether they can be taken apart or assembled. And it's very important because here I have a few common cysto pieces. Almost every cysto set you have or have come across, you've seen items like so. But we usually have the leisure of seeing these items separated, right? So here are 5 pieces right here. Very easy, very common, nothing special about them. But as I stated, we usually have the luxury of seeing all these pieces separated, right? So that when we pull up a count sheet, we can look at part numbers and we can easily identify them. Back in decon, we also have the luxury of the OR having these items disassembled and hopefully pre-treated. But as a good technician and as technicians learn in the field, what happens when those items aren't disassembled for us? Like when we're in decon, we're taught that the little valves right there that you see should be in the open position so that we can flush and brush them. But if you look at the IFU states items that can be disassembled should be disassembled. And these little pieces can be disassembled. How many of us are truly disassembling our flush ports? Is that something that we can do in decontamination? The old utility gloves that we wear don't make it easy to work with small parts. And do you have the resources to store these pieces without losing them? And then we talk about it on the prep and pack side. Do we leave it disassembled for the OR to put together, or do we reassemble it prior to sterilization? That's not really outlined too well in the IFU. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and put this back together because I want to talk about something else. Not only this is an issue or a challenge when cleaning and in the prep and pack side. Again, I stated these instruments are usually taken apart from us. Do we know what they look like when they're assembled? For example, I have the sheath and the obturator. This is what it looks like when it's assembled. What if this gets by somebody in decon and then you come over here in the prep and pack and you're looking for 2 separate instruments, but it's together like this? Would you be able to recognize that that is 2 different instruments? Okay, here's another example. This visual sheath goes into the other sheath and connects. Again, you're looking for 2, but it looks like 1 instrument. You know how many times I've assisted technicians that say, hey, Jesse, I'm looking for this piece. I don't see it in the set. And sometimes I look over a set and I look at it real quick and I'd be like, let me look at that real quick. And sometimes it becomes very kind of difficult to distinguish the 2 pieces. But I always look, and when I take it apart, they go, oh, I didn't even know that came apart, or I didn't know that was together. Well, now you know, but guess what? It has to go back to decon to get cleaned because obviously the person in decon didn't know that it gets disassembled. And here's a couple more examples of pieces that go together. And this is how it's used on the field. But we don't often see it like that in decon or in prep. Well, we'll see it in prep and pack, but we don't often see it like that in decon because of the grace and the ability and the kindness of the OR to take these items apart for us prior to sending it down to decontamination. But again, you get a brand new technician there, even seasoned technicians who are not familiar with seeing these instruments put together will have a tough time distinguishing, hey, this was 2 parts or this was 1 part. Now, a technician that's been there for a while, they usually memorize the sets pretty well, and they go, oh, there's a piece missing out of the set just upon looking at it, right? Same thing in the prep and pack side. But are you going to be able to look at the instrumentation and be like, hey, it's missing because it's attached to this piece? Okay? And this is not including the rest of the accessories that come with these sets, such as scopes, because the scopes lock into this. Also, you have little cut-off valves or little nipples that you put over the ports to shut them down. So it's a lot of moving parts, a lot of accessories that can be attached. So in short, as technicians, be familiarized with what your instrumentation does, what it looks like assembled and disassembled. All right, guys, as always, stay true to yourselves, keep it 100, continue educating yourself. Until next time, peace.